Hello everyone, this is Arohi and welcome back to my channel Code with Arohi. In my today's video, I'll show you how to install Rasa's latest version, which is Rasa 2.3, and then I'll show you step by step like how to create your own Rasa chatbot using this latest version of Rasa, which is Rasa 2.3. So let's start. See, the very first thing is how to install Rasa, right? And guys, I always say create a separate environment, right? Whenever you are trying something new with different versions, so always create a separate environment, because that way you are not messing up with your current code. Sometimes what happen is when you are working on new things and you need specific version of some particular softwares, and that that put some impact on your previous code. Sometimes your previous code stop working, right? So always go for a virtual environment, right? So I'm showing you over here how to create a virtual environment. So you can execute this command python -m venv and myvenv. Like this you can create a virtual environment, and once you create a virtual environment, then you need to activate that virtual environment. So if you are using this Linux machine, then you can use this command to activate the environment, and if you are a window user, then you can use this command to activate your environment. So once you activate your environment, the next thing is to upgrade a pip. Pip is a package manager, right? So we are upgrading pip, and after that we are checking a Python version. Okay, so the Python version which I am using for this particular tutorial is Python 3.8.7. This is the Python version I am using. All right, so we have created a virtual environment, we have activated the virtual environment, and we have checked the version of Python. Now let's install Rasa. So for that, for installing Rasa, you need to run this command pip install Rasa, right? Pip install Rasa will install your Rasa, and then if you want to see the version of Rasa, just execute this command pip show and then Rasa. Pip show Rasa will give you the version of Rasa which you are using. Okay, and after that we are running this command. This command is to install this Spacy module. Okay, once you install Rasa and once you install Spacy, then we are downloading a EN model using this Spacy. So you need to execute this whole command for this. Okay, so when you execute this command, at the end of this command you will get some message like load your EN variable, right? You will get this kind of message. So for that, these two steps you need to execute to perform that particular step. Let me show you how. So what you need to do is, I'm opening command prompt. Okay, so I have already activated my environment. See over here, this environment is activated, and right now I am in the current working directory. Now let me show you how that particular code will work, this thing, right? How to do it. So for that you need to enter in a Python shell. So for entering in a Python shell, you just need to write Python and then enter, right? Now you are in a Python shell, and over here you need to execute that command, and you can come out from this Python shell by just pressing Ctrl Z. Okay, so once you enter a Python shell, import Spacy, enter, execute this line, right? After that, when this process got completed, then you just press Ctrl Z and come out from that particular shell. Okay, so after that you need to install pip install sklearn_crf suite. Okay, so these are the steps which you need to execute when you want to install Rasa 2.3. Okay, so after executing these steps, after that just check the TensorFlow version. The TensorFlow version which I am using is TensorFlow 2.3.2. Okay, so installation part is done. Don't worry guys, I'll mention all these installation steps in the description section, so you can just copy the commands from there and you can execute on your PC. Alright, so installation part done. Now let's start with Rasa now. So see, let me give you a brief introduction if you are new to Rasa. So I'm just giving you one brief introduction about Rasa, right? So Rasa is basically a framework using which we can create chatbots, and Rasa have two frameworks further. One is Rasa NLU and other one is Rasa Core. Using Rasa NLU, we teach our chatbot to understand what user is saying, right? And Rasa Core is responsible for replying to user on the basis of the question which user asked to chatbot. Alright, NLU and Core. So let me show you over here also. Rasa have two parts, Rasa NLU and Rasa Core. So Rasa NLU understands the question which user asked, and Rasa Core is responsible to reply on the basis of that question. So this is what Rasa NLU and Core is. So okay, let me show you one example. See, when we are working on chatbots, so we are having three kind of file. One is NLU.yml, second file is stories.yml, and the third file is domain.yml, right? So guys, if you are already working on Rasa version 1, then you already know that in our previous version in Rasa 1, this NLU.yml file and stories.yml file, we were not storing data in YML format. So over there we were storing data in MD format, like NLU.md and stories.md, right? But in Rasa 2.0 and in all the Rasa 2 versions, so all the NLU.md files are now, all the NLU data is stored in NLU.yml file. All the stories.md which were in previous version, that file got replaced by stories.yml, right? And domain.yml is the similar type of file which we are already using in Rasa version 1. Alright. Now, as I've just told you that Rasa have two frameworks, Rasa NLU and Rasa Core, right? So Rasa NLU is responsible to understand what user is saying, okay? So what kind of data we provide to a chatbot to to understand like what user is saying. So let me show you one example. So over here, see, this is the syntax. This is how you provide data to your chatbot, this NLU framework. This is how you provide data to NLU framework, okay? So hyphen intent, over here we are writing the name of intent. So intent is greet over here. And these are the different examples we are writing over here. So what we are doing over here is we are training our Rasa NLU that if user have intent greet, means if user is greeting you, then these are the different examples which user can use while greeting, right? So now our chatbot will understand, okay, this is the intent, means when somebody greets, then these are the possible different examples which particular person can use to greet, okay? So this is the intent. Now we have trained our Rasa NLU to understand this particular intent, okay? Now after understanding the user's intent, chatbot have to reply back, right, with the obvious correct answer, right? So for that we are having stories.yml file. Stories.yml file is responsible to reply back to user, Rasa Core, right? So this is the file which is providing data to Rasa Core to execute the answers. So what we are doing over here is, and this is the syntax of it, story. So this is just a name, you can write any name over here. The important thing is under steps intent. So intent over here is greet. Which intent? The intent which we are discussing about over here. Means if user is greeting chatbot, then chatbot have to reply back. So we are telling our chatbot that if user is greeting you, then you should reply with this particular answer. What is the answer? Utter underscore greet. Okay, so this is the action, utter underscore greet. Means if user is saying this, then chatbot have to reply with this particular answer, right? Now, what is there in this particular answer? What is written in this particular answer? That thing we define in domain.yml file. Okay, so over here you can see in domain.yml file you have to list down all your intents which you have created, and you have to list down all the stories you have created, means actions which are under stories.yml file, right? So that's why intents, under intents I'm writing the intent which we have created, actions, this stories.yml file will have actions, so this is the action, so we have written that action over here. Now under this action, what is the message for user? So under responses in domain.yml file only, under responses, just give me a second please. So under responses over here you can see utter greet, this action utter greet, and the message written over here is hi there. Means if user will say hello, then bot will reply with utter hello, and this is the message which is present in utter hello, right? Utter greet, this is the message which is in utter greet. Alright, so you understand these three files. Now let me show you the practical example. Okay, so for this particular example, okay, so I'm using this particular board. So in this board, see what we have is, okay, let me show you the output first of all, so that you will understand what we are going to learn, right? Then I'll come back to the code. Okay, so I'm running the application, just give me a second, then I'll explain you what I did. So let me run this application, then I'll explain you the steps. So this is the chatbot, this is the Flask application. I have connected the Flask application with this chatbot. I'll show you this also, like how to connect your chatbot with this Flask application, right? So first of all, so this is the chatbot. So utter greet, I'm writing hi. Now I'm writing hi. Now chatbot should reply with utter greet. Let's see what it replies now. Okay, this is not replying right now because the command is not executed properly. Let it execute once. Now it is executed. Now let me write again. So I'm writing hi, then my chatbot is replying back with hi there and how can I help you, and I have I have used 3 or 4 more intents in it, like the very basic intents, like how to chatbot should know what to reply if somebody say thank you, and what to reply if somebody say bye, right? So let me show you that also. Let's say if person is saying thank you, then bot is replying with welcome, and if somebody says bye, then bot will reply with bye. So this is the output of this whole class. Right, now let me go back to the code and explain you each and everything in detail. Okay, so the very first thing is, this is my project folder, and in this under data folder, see we will always store all our data in this data folder. Okay, so we are having our nlu.yml file and stories.yml file over here. So we are having one more file over here, rules.yml, that I'll explain you in some time. But first of all, let's just see what we have. Let me just explain you what I have just taught you till now. Let's work on it first of all. So nlu.yml file. So these are the different intents. Let me show you these intents. So these are the different intents. You can see the intent is greet, and these are the different examples which user can use while greeting, right? And this intent is thanks, means intent means whenever user wants to thank chatbot, then these are the possible ways, few examples which user can use to say thank you. And in the same way, I have intent bye, and these are different examples how user can say bye. And then affirm, these are the different ways to say affirm. And deny, these are different ways, right? So these are the different intents I have created. Now let's see the stories part. So now these are the stories. Now over here you can see this is the first story. When user is saying greet, our machine, our chatbot is replying with utter greet, and after that our chatbot is showing another action also. What that action is? Utter first message. So let me show you the output again. So over here you can see that our machine, user said hi, this is the utter greet message, and this is the another message which our machine is showing. So that is because I have written the another intent over, another action over here, alright. In the same way, when user will say thanks, utter thanks should be the action. When user say bye, utter bye should be the action. And when user say affirm, then utter affirm should be the action, alright. So these are the NLUs, and this is how you can write your NLU and stories.yml file. Now let's see a domain.yml file. So this domain.yml file, it will be in outside the data folder, right? This NLU.yml and stories.yml is inside your data folder, but this domain.yml file would be outside your data folder, right? So this is my domain.yml file. Let me open this file for you. So over here you can see I have already told you, right? I have explained you that you have to list down all the intents which are present in NLU.yml file. So I am doing that. And then under actions you have to write all the actions which you have created in stories.yml file. And under responses you have to write all the responses for all these actions, right? So for example, response for this utter greet is hi there. Response for this utter thanks is where is utter thanks? This welcome. And response for this utter bye is utter bye. This is the response. This is how you can define responses over here. And output I have already shown you, like this will be the output. Now let me show you how I have connected this chatbot with the with that Flask application. Okay. So over here you can see I have two folders. One is template folder and other one is static folder. So open this template folder, and under this template folder we have one file index.html. Open this file. So localhost colon 55005. This is the port number I am using while running Rasa, and the same port number I am assigning over here. That's why I have created a design, and using this URL I am connecting this design, the current design which I am showing you, the chatbot design. I am connecting this design to my chatbot using this port number, and while running Rasa I am using this port number. Let me show you the command which I have used while running Rasa core. Okay. So the command which I have used is this. This is the command which I have used. So over here you can see what I am doing is, just a minute, over here Rasa run, using Rasa run we can run our application, but now we want to connect this Rasa with the chatbot UI web application which I have created. So endpoint YML file, Port number 5005. This port number is very important. The port number which you are using over here, the same port number you have to define in your index.html file. Okay, then only your boat will get connected. Okay, and this is the whole command which you need to execute when you want to connect your application with the design. And guys, I'll give you the GitHub link over there. I have this designing part also, front end and back end. I'm giving you this whole project code over there, so that you can try it your own. All right, so this is the template file, and if you'll see, I have one more folder with the name of static. Under this static folder, this is basically a HTML design. This is basically a CSS and JavaScript which will beautify your chatbot front end. Okay, so no need to go through these files, just copy them and paste it in your folder. All right, but the only thing which you need to take care is under template folder you have index.html file, and the port number of that the port number which you are using in index.html file, and the port number which you are using while running Rasa, that port number should be same. And one more thing which you need to take care is, open this endpoints.yml file, and this should be uncommented. Action endpoint. This action endpoint should be uncommented. Okay, and in endpoint.yml file. All right. And after that, open this credentials.yml file, and in this credential.yml file, REST. This REST should be uncommented. This is what you need to do to connect your Rasa chatbot with the front end which I have created in a Flask. Okay, so thank you guys. That's it. In my next video, I'll show you how to use slots and how to create forms in Rasa 2.0. and latest version of Rasa. So guys, if you like my video, please subscribe my channel, and thank you for watching.